Hi Aries friends, and welcome to your card reading for the month of October. As your first card here we see the Tower. The Tower it represents a long and healthy life. That's the first what we are seeing here. But it's also a mystery. It's a higher power here that is above us here, and it's asking us for time. Especially with the mountain here in the middle here, it asks us for time. There will be no shortcuts here, and things in general need a time. Mostly also it answers the questions that are in your mind positively. So this is actually a positive card. But here sometimes discipline, structure is required. Sometimes also we need to, in a way, obey certain rules and regulations, or we need to keep to certain patterns and regulations. It doesn't mean you will not have some deviation, or you will not try to deviate, but in general it means we need to keep to certain rules. Then in the central card we have the mountain. The mountain is a very solid card. You cannot move the mountain. So these are two solid cards, so the situation cannot be moved very easy here. The only thing we can do is go around it. But there are no cards here for going around it. So we will need to endure this situation, and it's possible, due to we have the birds here, that there is some stress due to this situation that we are in now. We see here also that it's possible that we travel. We could travel to another country or another place, but it can also be that you travel inside the country, but the location will be further away. It could be a city further away here. It's possible that this traveling is related to what you're involved in at the moment. It's possible that this is involved in that you have certain goals, long-term goals, because the tower is long-term goals. It's possible that you have long-term goals, and due to these long-term goals you have decided to travel. But it will be important here, because it's related to the challenges that you face at the moment here. We must overcome certain obstacles here, here with this combination of cards here. Sometimes also we will be, if there are some issues in our life, or there are some agreements made with authority figures or people, or with a certain situation in our life. For instance, if you have a house and you share that house with several people, there will be, or with another person, there will be made some agreements with this person. And it's possible here that you want these agreements to be very correct here. And it's good also to do. We need to have a face-to-face here, talking about our situation, if this is involved another place that you are planning to move to. You need to think about this wisely, and you need to stand your ground. You need to keep what you have in your mind, because after there could be problems here after. Maybe this person that you are planning to move in, they appear gentle, but actually this person has a very strong personality. So because we have the bear here, so we need to be careful here what we are doing here. Then we go in the horizontal lines. We have the tower and the mountain here. In the vertical, the tower and the mountain. Sorry, the cross here. Here we see that something out of the past comes back to us. So it's possible that this place in another city or in another country, that you have been there before. It's like a revisit, and it is something structural now that is going on here. It's also possible that you are a little bit alone for the moment. It's possible that this loneliness or this being alone is pushed upon you, but it's also possible that you choose for it here, because you need to probably think about this situation, and it's possible that you choose to be alone for overthinking this situation here. If you make certain choices, probably there will be no turning back here. Anyway, this is a place where you have been before here. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible also that this person that we come in contact with, that it has to do, but is that a longer leap here that I'm taking out of a previous life here? This is what we are seeing here. There will be challenges here. You need to see that everything is good, agreed here, because this person could be towards you in a situation of authority. So be careful, be stubborn, stick to your goals, stick to no, keep your conditions here. It's very important for doing so if you want to come out on top and if you want to secure your situation. Then we have the mountain and the bear. I just make some adjustments here, and I give some additional information. Anyway, here these business that we have in abroad or in another city are very important to us here, because here we see the move here. There could be some form of competition. Sometimes with the bear, it could mean that there is some jealousy involved, and we need to be careful that this person cannot put us under pressure due to some rivalry or jealousy, and that this person don't turn into an enemy. So be careful that everything is good worked out here. This is what we are seeing here. If there was money that you're waiting on, and this money was not available, or you could not access it, because the money is there, but maybe you cannot access it, or you could not access it, and certain of these monies will come to you now here. There would be some delays, not all, but some of the money will come to you here. Also, there could be some government changes here, but this then is general statement here that we are making here. It's possible also that you choose to have a lifestyle change. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible that you choose to live more soberly. This is what we are seeing here. But you need to address the problems that you have, that they don't transfer in the elephant in the room. This is what we are seeing here. So see that everything is worked out well. It's possible that this person is older that you choose to go in living with, and more matured. It's possible that this person is in some kind of authority figure, that this person is in a management position or in a teaching position. This is what we are seeing here. And it's possible that this person is not the type that bows or bends. So you need to see that the agreements that you make are very good worked out here. Also, we need to be smart here what we are doing here. It's possible also that you are learning new skills, hand skills. This is what we are seeing here, and we pursue these skills here with this combination of cards here. Sometimes also we will try to bend the rules or overrule the person. This is what we are seeing here. That's why it's better to make good arrangements and agreements here. It's possible also that you decide to do a job, and this job, it has a payment, but there are some additional hours that you do, and these overtime is not paid. But probably you do this because you want to reach a certain goal in your life here. This is what we are seeing here. You could have certain payments that you need to make, and it might not be easy to always make the payments here with this combination of cards. I'm not saying you're not able to, but it's not easy to make certain payments here. We need to also take in mind, I'm going to say something here that comes out of the gambling sector. The saying goes, the bank always wins. So be careful here what you're doing here. We need to see also that we keep an apple for the thirst, as to say. We need to keep some money that we can provide for ourselves here with this combination. There could be also some disappointments going on after you made this decision. This is what we are seeing here with this combination of cards. Then we go in the horizontal lines. We have the tower and the anchor here. There is this kind of inner guidance here. We need to know, we know where we are going, and we know what we are doing. Also, there is a protection over us. It doesn't mean we need to make plans, because these are planning cards. So we need to plan here. You need to follow your inner wisdom here, and if you do, you make a plan, because the Tower is a plan, a long-term plan. You will overcome these challenges that you are facing now here. It's possible also, and maybe best also, that you behave a little bit rigid, strict. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible also that you create some defense around you, like an emotional defense here, with this combination of cards here. This is what we are doing here. Then we have the anchor and the ship here. The anchor is the ship. It means that you travel to another country or to a city further away. With this combination of cards here, mostly the journey is safe. We are arriving safely here. This is what we are seeing here with these cards. This might be, as I said here, a place where you want to establish yourself here. Also, we could have the feeling at the moment that we have certain restrictions. Maybe you want to explore more, but it's not possible here. Certain journeys that you have been done before will come to an end. This could be for certain people a final destination, but actually I'm thinking here, I'm assuming this is a temporary long-term stop. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, there will be some need for clinging on here, and some people might hold you back. So if you have certain goals in your life, here also the cards tell us not to let yourself hold back from these goals. You need to focus on your goals here. It's very important that you keep your goals going on. No matter what the people around you say to you and try to influence you, keep your goals here. It will be very important on the long term for setting your goals here with this combination. But it's possible that certain travels, if you're settling down there, are not easy to do, or they are limited for you. So that's why it's important to make good conditions. Then we have the letter and the mountain here. There is news here that you will be received from a foreigner or a person who lives in another city here, that you will be receiving here. The news could be slow. It could could be slowing down, or maybe there's a problem and there are some contact issues, maybe due to that the person lives in a remote area, and it's not possible or not easy to communicate with this combination. It's also possible that you keep the combination, the communication to a minimum. This is also possible that you do that here. Then we have the mountain and the birds here. Again here the communication it could be nervous, it could be stressing here, the communication here, but it's possible also, because you have been in similar situation before, that you have less stress, you are more in control of yourself here. It's like you have reconnected with yourself due to problems you had before, and you will not be under the same stress that you have been before. It's like you're more controlling the situation here. This is what we are seeing here. Also here, we are more patient here. We are more patient here. We need to wait here for certain things to happen here. Then we have the third horizontal line. We have the stork and the clouds here. There could be some misunderstandings here and some thinking, because the clouds make us think, and it's good to think on the long run here, because, as I said here, this is a strong person that is involved in these problems that we are having here. If you are not thinking very wisely, this could turn out to be later on in a messy situation. And you don't want to end up in messy situations that you have been here before. So think wisely here what you are doing here. Anyway, here also we see here that we need to be careful also that we don't try to deceive ourselves here. We need to be open-minded towards ourselves. We need to watch in the mirror all the time here. Because if you have experienced this situation before, I'm sure you don't want it to happen again. So think wisely here. Then we have the clouds and the bear here. We need to be careful that other people are not intimidating us. They could be very stubborn here. They could be in an authority position, so you need to be wise here. You need to focus again on your goals. Don't let yourself distract you, or this person put influence on you for changing your goals and your targets, because you need those targets later on, these ambitions that you have later on. If you're learning something, you need to continue learning. Don't let yourself influence by managers or people around you. So focus on your goals, keep your goals here with this combination of cards here. Also, what we see here, that will be, if there was some dishonesty in our life before, we will be very protective now against any deceit in the future. Probably you have learned some lesson and you will protect yourself here in future deceits or future dishonesty here. It's possible that you have been confronted with, you gave someone your trust, maybe a financial trust, maybe you lend them some things, and that this trust was abused. It could be that there were more parties involved that you previously thought, and this person influences the whole situation. This is what we are seeing here. Then we go in the vertical lines. We have the tower, the letter, and the stork here. This is that we are, if you did some actions before related to money, and you inquired about that, it's possible that you receive this new now. Sometimes also the letter, it's not only documents, but it could also sometimes it represents money or valuables. So these discussions that you have in the past about these valuables or these monies could come back to you. It could be twofold, because some will come to you and some not yet. So it's still decisions to be made about this here. It's possible also that you receive official documentation here, legal notices that you receive here. It's possible also that you communicate to other people, that you, maybe persons that are close to you, that you want to be alone. For other people, it could mean that they feel a little bit alone, that you feel lonely. But mostly this is like a voluntary chosen loneliness. This is what we are here. What also would happen here, and this is a sign of intelligence here, that you talk to yourself. People who talk to themselves are often intelligent. So if you catch yourself talking to yourself, it's actually not that something that you go insane, but it's actually a sign of intelligence. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible also the way you communicate with people, that they cannot fully understand what you mean. You try to explain to them, but they don't catch the depth of the conversation. And it could be frustrating, and that's why it's also possible that you are talking to yourself. Then we have the letter and the stork here. These, again here, money or news arrives. This is positive combination here that we are seeing here. Here also, there could be some learning here. Sometimes also, it's possible, even if you have made some agreements, that you need to have these conversations over and over again. And you cannot change this conversation. It's like tiring, but you need to have these conversations over and over again. In another way, it's possible that you have somebody close to you that for having meaningful conversations, or you long for meaningful conversations and it's not possible to have you because very few people around you or nobody around you understands you. Also, there is a possibility here that you reconsider visas, registration, doing official or making documents official again. So if your documents were not official again, it's possible that you reconsider for going the legal way again with certain documents. This is what we are seeing here with this combination of cards. Then we come in the second vertical line, the anchor and the mountain here. Here this points to another city in abroad here. You could have certain investments in another city. If you move to another city, it's possible that these investments that you made or these monies that you have in abroad are in another city. This is what we are seeing here, not in the city where you're planning to. So the investments will be at another location. There could be some stagnation here, temporary stagnation that we are seeing here. It could be for a longer time here. That we are seeing here with this combination of cards here. Then we have the mountain and the anchor and the mountain. The anchor and the mountain here. We already done this one. Then we have the mountain and the clouds here. Again, here we see certain obstacles here. The situation could be sometimes also confusing and you want to delay certain things here. This is what we are seeing here. The best thing to do here is to, sometimes also there is hesitation. So if you are not sure to make certain steps, you need to think wisely about them, especially this month here. Also, it's possible that certain people have some issues. Their body is not feeling well, maybe because of the stress here. It's very important also that you think wisely that this person where you're gonna live with is not turning into opposition or in an enemy. So it's wisely here to do here. There could be some frustration here that we are seeing here. We need to be patient here. But the setup here for yourself is a long time commitment. This not necessarily points to a marriage here. This could be an agreement here. This could be actually karmatic struggles. It's like something out of a previous life is unfinished. This is what we are seeing here. And also we will be unwilling to yield. This is what we are seeing here with this combination here. Sometimes also we want to make something stable. It's like we are a sculptor. We want to sculpture our life in a certain way here. Also, we will be looking here. Sometimes it could be looking for a way out. So if this situation is not fitting you, you will be looking for some escape route. This is what we are seeing here also with this combination of cards here. But there could be some grief involved here with this combination of cards here. But we cannot close our eyes here for the challenges. Then we come in the last line. The last line is a positive line here. Anyway, there will be short trips also. You could be nervous about a trip, or you could be nervous about a new project here. And sometimes also here with the birds, it's possible this represents more than one place. Maybe you consider at living in more than one place. Maybe there is something going on here in that kind also. Maybe sometimes you want to change the scenery. Even you make agreement, it's possible there is a second home here. This is what we are seeing here. What we see here also that if you have considered, it's possible that a trip here, it's wisely here not to put too much focus on this trip, because things on the trip might not be what you expected here. Sometimes it's more easy to stay stagnant with these cards here, but you might consider it, but it may not go as you expected here. So I'm not saying this in a negative way, but you need to think wisely if you travel here. Then there is the birds and the bear here. Again here, important conversations in your life here. It's here, the birds is a card of negotiations. So you need to see that you negotiate your situation very well, and it's very clear here to you. It's best sometimes also to put it in writing. If not in writing, you make a recording of it. So after, there is no discussion. If you have a recording of the things, then there is no discussion after, because you can fall back on the recording or on the document. So this is what we are seeing here. You could be very nervous about this person. Maybe this is the person when you're going, and this is a mature person, and maybe this person always contacts you, but you yourself, you need distance. So it's possible here also that it's wise here to express that you need a certain distance here, because maybe this older person has other expectations that you have here. This is what we are seeing here. But in certain cases, you will have no choice. Even this person is in an authority position, then take the lead. So you will have no choice here. You will have responsibilities here. Even though this other person is controlling, you will be the one to make certain decisions here. There could be it's like a power fluctuation here. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. And you will be very protective on your person. You will not reveal everything. Maybe this is due to situations that happened before, and you don't want to end up in the same situation again. Maybe you experienced something in the past, and you don't want to go back in that situation. So negotiate well what you are doing in the future. It will all work out well, but negotiation here is the prime case. So my Aries friends, I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this card reading. I know it was not the easiest of readings, but we just read what is there here. If you enjoy this card reading, please consider subscribing. Thank you for doing so, and we see each other next time. Thank you. Bye bye now.